guys, I think I'm online. Hi, welcome to Learning to Draw and Paint for Free. I'm Gemma. I'm one of the art and design tutors at OCAD, and I just wanted to run through something very basic, but something I posted a few days ago, so you might have already had a go at this. But I just wanted to give you some hints and tips to get you started, and then as the weeks go on we can go into more and more detail on different aspects on how to learn to draw and paint in all different styles. So what we're going to start with is something really basic, but something that's really fundamental when you are learning to draw. So what I posted a few days ago was this tonal scale. So we're going to be using graphite pencils, and we are just going to very quickly put the tonal scale onto universal forms, okay? So we've got at the top here the tonal scale, so I've got all my different graphite pencils, okay? So they go from 8B and I've got up to 2H. So the harder the pencil, the lighter it will be on your drawing, and the softer the pencil, so like an 8B you can see is really quite dark. So to make your drawings realistic, you want to get the entire tonal scale onto each of the universal forms. Now by universal forms I mean a cylinder, cone, cube and a sphere. Those universal forms are pretty much every shape that you could find in any object that you could be observing or drawing from still life. So if you can practice putting the tonal scale on these universal forms, then by the end you'll be able to observe and add tone to any shape, okay, to any shape that you are then observing. So we're going to give that a go. So I've got each of my pencils and I've done just a quick example of the cylinder, okay, so I want to show you how to do that today. So let's start off very basic. So I'm going to do an ellipse shape. So when you do a cylinder, ellipses are quite tricky for people that are starting out with learning to draw. They take a bit of practice. You kind of want the top curve to be a mirror image of the bottom. You want that to be quite equal. And then obviously straight vertical lines down. So I'll just sketch this very quickly to show you. And then you want to join up the bottom of your cylinder, and you want this curve to be parallel, exactly parallel to this one at the top, and that's going to give you a realistic outline. So there you go, there's a basic cylinder, okay? And what now you want to do is start adding your tone, okay? So to add tone, what you want to do is, because obviously you're creating the illusion that this is three-dimensional. Now if you have these universal forms, they are in every shape, but if you have like a block, an actual cylinder block that you can observe and draw from in real life, it does make your drawings more realistic, obviously, but we will try, okay, and do it just from our memory. So the first thing you have to think about is where the light is coming from. So if I just put my arrow over here, I'm imagining that my light is hitting the shape on this side. So that is my lightest side, and you want to think from the opposite, the furthest point away from that light source is going to be your darkest tones. But we're just going to start. I'm going to grab, I've got my 2B pencil, I'll start with my 2B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some tone to this shape, okay? So I'm just going to start essentially filling it in. Now what you can hopefully see on the video is that I am following this bottom curve with my pencil. So when I'm adding tone, I'm creating the illusion of it being 3D, because all my lines are going to be curved, because we know a cylinder is a round shape. If you were to shade and just use horizontal lines, your image will be flat. So you want to curve your lines, okay? Your contours of your shape. You want to follow the contour of your shape. So go all the way up. Obviously this is fairly time consuming, especially if you want it to be really neat. But you get the idea. So all the way from the bottom to the top. So if I just go from the bottom, just to show you. Then we're going to curve. Okay, so I've got a bit of a mid-tone going on here because I'm only using a 2B. I want to blend this into the light. Now, obviously, the biggest highlight is my paper, okay? So this edge I'm not going to touch at all because I want to keep the light there. But I'm just using my 2H pencil now, so a really hard pencil. It's really quite light to just fill in. Now, using all the different pencils means you can keep the same pressure on every pencil. Okay, and then you can make sure all the tones are there. If you're only using one pencil, then obviously you've got to change the pressure and you can never always achieve exactly what you want. But if you've got all the different graphite pencils, then it should work. So you get the idea. So that's my light. I'm just fading that out. If I just show you now, if I was to get my 8B pencil, okay, and doing exactly the same, curving it round, you can start to see that I'm building up a real sense of tone coming from that side, and just keep the lines going at a curve. Now, once you've got some contour lines, you can just darken it up slightly. So you get the idea? So you see I'm adding tone. And over time you will build that up until your entire shape has got the tonal scale. And you want to check that all of these tones from all your pencils are present in your shape. And to get rid of the contours, the outside of your shape, you can always shade the background. And that's when you need to actually have the shape in front of you to really see how the light falls. Because we can make up a shadow here for the bottom of our cylinder, but it is best when you're observing. So just practice putting your different tonal values onto your shapes. Now the cone would be exactly the same because your cone is virtually a triangle with that curved edge at the bottom. So it is a rounded shape. So again, when you're putting your tonal scale on there, you want your lines, the direction of your lines to be rounded the whole time. A sphere might be slightly more difficult because the entire shape is curved, so you literally want to be curving those lines all the way around when you are adding your tonal scale to a sphere. But that is what you want to have a go at first. Okay, you want to have a go all the universal forms. So a circle would just be a sphere. Cube, we can do a lesson later on perspective, but essentially if you want to draw a cube, you want to keep these lines parallel, going opposite up here, keeping these lines vertical, and then that line is parallel with that line, and join it up. So you could do a cube looking from this edge here, or you could do a more basic cube where you just draw a square face on, and then you've got these lines all parallel to each other, and then keep that one vertical and that one absolutely horizontal, and you'll get a cube from that angle. And then a cube's going to be much easier because you are just going to decide where your light source is, and then you can just shade each of those a whole different tone from your tonal scale. Okay, so you just imagine this one's probably going to be the darkest if the light's on that side. So cube's going to be an easy one. The other ones are going to require you to curve your pencil lines. So yeah, that's it for now. So feel free to post whatever you do and get some feedback from us. I look forward to building up on this and doing some more tutoring for you. So yeah, let me know if you've got any questions or anything to ask about that. So you just tonal scale, try different pencils, keep the pressure the same, imagine your light source, and just have a go at those 4 different universal forms. So good luck with that, and next week we'll go on to some more still life techniques, composition and things like that. So thanks for tuning in and yeah, good luck with your task, and hopefully I'll see some of your work coming on our blog very soon. Okay guys, bye for now.